Most people think high blood pressure comes from stress, salt, or genetics alone. But there's a hidden factor that almost no one checks: nitric oxide. This tiny molecule is what tells your blood vessels to relax, open, and allow blood to glide smoothly. When nitric oxide levels drop, arteries become stiff, pressure rises, and circulation slows down. The surprising part? Your diet plays the biggest role in how much nitric oxide your body can produce each day. In this video, you'll discover the doctor-approved foods that naturally raise nitric oxide, support healthy blood flow, and reduce pressure on your heart. These foods don't act like shortcuts. They strengthen your vessels from the inside out. By the end, you'll know exactly how to use them safely and consistently for smoother circulation and better BP control. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Beets, the fastest natural nitric oxide booster. If you could eat one food that lifts nitric oxide levels within 30 to 60 minutes, it would be beets. This simple root vegetable acts almost like a natural switch, telling your arteries to open and your blood pressure to ease down. Nitric oxide, NO, is the molecule your body depends on to relax blood vessels and maintain smooth, steady circulation. When NO levels drop, something that happens with aging, stress, poor diet, and inactivity, arteries stiffen and pressure rises. Low nitric oxide is one of the silent drivers behind fatigue, cold hands and feet, exercise intolerance, and early high blood pressure. Beets replenish this pathway better and faster than almost any other food. Inside your body, beets are rich in natural nitrates. When you eat them, these nitrates convert into nitrites through beneficial bacteria in your mouth and then transform into nitric oxide inside your bloodstream. This conversion boosts NO availability, improving vessel flexibility and lowering resistance. Studies show that beet juice can reduce systolic blood pressure by 4 to 10 points within hours, thanks to this rapid nitric oxide surge. Beets also contain antioxidants and betalains that protect the endothelium, the inner lining of your arteries, from daily oxidative stress. Dr. Insight. According to research from the American Heart Association, Harvard School of Public Health, and multiple trials published in Hypertension and the New England Journal of Medicine, beets consistently rank as one of the top nitrate-rich foods for vascular health. Doctors note that nitrates from whole foods like beets are safer and more reliable than synthetic supplements because they come packaged with fiber, antioxidants, and natural compounds that support smooth vessel function. Real-world example. Picture someone who feels winded after climbing stairs or notices their blood pressure spike during stressful moments. They begin drinking half a cup of beet juice or adding roasted beets to lunch a few times a week. Within days, they feel lighter during activity. Within weeks, their BP readings start trending lower, not because they changed everything, but because their nitric oxide pathway finally opened. Midsection curiosity hook. Here's the part most people never hear. Your vessels can become more flexible the same day you consume beets, even if you've struggled with circulation for years. How to apply safely to maximize nitrate conversion. Drink half a cup, 120 milliliters, beet juice in the morning, or eat one small roasted beet daily, or add 2 to 3 teaspoons of beet powder to smoothies. Important tip: don't brush your teeth immediately before or after consuming beets. Mouth bacteria are essential for converting nitrates into nitric oxide. If you're prone to kidney stones, keep portions moderate because beets contain oxalates. Beets are one of the fastest, most potent natural nitric oxide boosters. They relax the arteries, support smoother blood flow, and help lower BP without relying on pills or complicated routines. Arugula and spinach, leafy greens that maximize nitric oxide. What if one of the strongest nitric oxide boosters wasn't a supplement or a juice, but a handful of leafy greens? Arugula and spinach contain some of the highest nitrate levels of any food, and your arteries respond almost immediately. Low nitric oxide makes blood vessels stiff, resistant, and unable to relax properly. This forces the heart to work harder, raising blood pressure and slowing circulation. Leafy greens step in by providing steady natural nitrates that your body can convert into nitric oxide all day long. Unlike quick spikes from supplements, greens deliver a slow, controlled release that supports healthier vessel function. Inside your body, arugula, spinach, and other dark greens supply nitrates that follow the same conversion pathway as beets, nitrate, nitrite, nitric oxide. But greens offer something unique. They also contain magnesium, which helps relax smooth muscle in the vessel walls, and antioxidants like lutein and beta-carotene that protect endothelial cells from oxidative stress. This combination doesn't just boost nitric oxide, it helps your arteries stay more elastic and responsive. Additionally, the vitamin K in leafy greens prevents calcium buildup inside arteries, reducing long-term stiffening. Greens support both immediate and long-term nitric oxide production, making them one of the most complete circulation foods. Dr. Insight, Harvard nutrition researchers, the American Heart Association, and studies in circulation highlight leafy greens as some of the most reliable foods for improving endothelial function. Clinical trials show that people who consume nitrate-rich greens have stronger nitric oxide responses, lower blood pressure readings, and better vascular elasticity. Doctors often describe greens as daily vascular maintenance because their benefits accumulate over time. Real-world example. Imagine someone who feels heavy legs after sitting for hours or notices mild dizziness when standing up quickly. They start adding a cup of arugula to lunch or blending spinach into morning smoothies. In a few weeks, they experience fewer circulation dips, steadier energy, and warmer extremities. They didn't overhaul their diet, they simply added the right nitrates. Midsection curiosity hook. Here's something few people know. Arugula contains even more nitrates than beets per gram, making it one of the most powerful nitric oxide foods on Earth. How to apply safely. Aim for 1 to 2 cups of leafy greens daily. You can add arugula to sandwiches, wraps, or salads. Blend spinach into smoothies or omelets. Stir leafy greens into soups, stews, or pasta dishes. Mix greens with citrus or garlic to enhance nitric oxide effects. If you're on blood-thinning medication, keep intake consistent because of vitamin K. If raw greens bother your stomach, lightly steaming them makes digestion easier without reducing nitrate levels. Leafy greens boost nitric oxide naturally, gently, and consistently. They relax blood vessels, reduce stiffness, and help keep BP lower, making them one of the smartest daily foods for circulation. Garlic, sulfur compounds that unlock your NO pathway. Most people know garlic is good for the heart, but few realize it also unlocks your body's nitric oxide pathway. One crushed clove can help your arteries relax within minutes. Even if you eat nitrate-rich foods, your body still needs to activate them. That activation depends heavily on the health of your endothelium, the thin inner lining that produces nitric oxide. When the endothelium is inflamed or stressed, nitric oxide levels stay low, no matter how many nitrates you eat. Garlic solves this problem by directly improving endothelial function and amplifying nitric oxide production. Inside your body, garlic contains a sulfur compound called allicin, which forms only when garlic is chopped, crushed, or chewed. Once allicin enters your bloodstream, it triggers 2 key effects. It boosts nitric oxide production, helping blood vessels widen. It reduces oxidative stress, protecting the nitric oxide you already have from breaking down too quickly. Garlic also helps produce hydrogen sulfide, H2S, another molecule that works alongside nitric oxide to relax vessel walls. Together, these effects make your arteries more flexible and responsive. That's why garlic is so effective for improving circulation and easing pressure. Dr. Insight. Research from the American Heart Association, the Mayo Clinic, and multiple studies in the Journal of Nutrition show that garlic increases nitric oxide availability, reduces arterial stiffness, and improves blood flow velocity. In clinical trials, people taking aged garlic extract saw reductions in blood pressure and improvements in endothelial function, key markers of healthy circulation. Doctors often recommend garlic as a natural vasodilator because it works quickly and safely. Real-world example. Think about someone who feels heaviness in their legs, gets cold hands during stress, or experiences afternoon headaches, all early signs of low nitric oxide. After adding a clove or two of garlic to daily meals, they start noticing warmer hands, fewer headaches, and smoother energy. Their body didn't just feel better, their nitric oxide pathway finally opened. Midsection curiosity hook. Here's the surprising part. Garlic can increase nitric oxide production even without nitrates, meaning it works independently and enhances the effects of other NO-boosting foods. How to apply safely. Garlic works best when prepared correctly. Crush or chop and let sit for 10 minutes before cooking. This maximizes alicin formation. Eat 1 to 2 raw or lightly cooked cloves daily for maximum no benefits. If raw garlic is too strong, roasted garlic still supports nitric oxide, just at a milder level. Aged garlic extract is a good option for sensitive stomachs. Consult your doctor if on blood thinners. Avoid overuse if you have digestive issues, acid reflux, or are preparing for surgery. Garlic doesn't just flavor your food, it activates your nitric oxide pathway, relaxes your arteries, and improves blood flow. Its effects are fast, powerful, and supported by decades of research. Citrus fruits, vitamin C that protects and sustains NO levels. Here's a secret almost no one talks about. You can boost nitric oxide all you want, but without enough vitamin C, most of it breaks down before your body can use it. That's where citrus fruits become essential. Nitric oxide is a powerful but fragile molecule. Stress, pollution, sugar spikes, inflammation, and processed foods cause it to vanish quickly. When nitric oxide levels fall, blood vessels stiffen, blood pressure rises, and circulation slows. Citrus fruits protect nitric oxide from early breakdown, allowing your arteries to stay relaxed longer. This means every nitric oxide boosting food you eat becomes more effective when paired with citrus. Inside your body, oranges, lemons, limes, and grapefruit are rich in vitamin C and flavonoids like hesperidin and naringenin. Vitamin C directly preserves nitric oxide by neutralizing the free radicals that destroy it. At the same time, citrus flavonoids improve endothelial function, making your arteries more responsive to nitric oxide. Citrus also boosts nitric oxide production by increasing the availability of L-arginine, one of the molecules your body uses to create NO naturally. Hydration also plays a role. Citrus water improves blood fluidity, reducing resistance and helping blood flow more smoothly through your vessels. Dr. Insight. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Harvard research show that citrus flavonoids improve vessel elasticity, support nitric oxide synthesis, and significantly reduce oxidative stress. Studies have found that daily citrus intake improves flow-mediated dilation, a key marker of endothelial health, and supports lower blood pressure over time. Many cardiologists recommend citrus as a daily circulation support food because of its ability to extend the life of nitric oxide. Real-world example. Imagine someone who regularly feels tense or notices their blood pressure rising during stressful days. They begin adding lemon water in the morning and eating an orange or grapefruit in the afternoon. Within weeks, they notice calmer energy, fewer circulation dips, and steadier BP numbers. Not because they changed everything, but because their nitric oxide is lasting longer. Midsection curiosity hook. And here's the surprising twist. Even a single tablespoon of lemon juice can help preserve nitric oxide for hours. How to apply safely. You don't need large portions to support nitric oxide levels. Try half grapefruit, 1 orange, 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon or lime juice. Adding lemon to salads, soups, and teas. Drinking citrus water throughout the day. If you take medications that interact with grapefruit, choose oranges or lemons instead. And if you have sensitive teeth, use a straw when drinking citrus water. Citrus fruits protect and enhance your body's nitric oxide, helping your arteries stay relaxed and flexible. They make every other no-boosting food work better, making them one of the smartest additions to a heart-healthy routine. Pomegranate, the antioxidant shield that extends NO life. Most people think of pomegranate as just a sweet, crunchy fruit, but inside those tiny seeds is one of the strongest natural protectors of nitric oxide. In fact, pomegranate doesn't just raise NO levels, it helps your body hold on to nitric oxide for longer. Nitric oxide is essential for relaxed arteries and smooth blood flow, but it disappears quickly when exposed to oxidative stress. That stress comes from daily triggers: poor sleep, high sodium meals, sugar spikes, emotional tension, and even normal aging. When nitric oxide breaks down too fast, blood vessels tighten, circulation slows, and blood pressure rises. Pomegranate solves this problem by neutralizing the oxidative stress that destroys nitric oxide molecules. Inside your body, pomegranate is rich in polyphenols, especially punicalagins, compounds so powerful they can significantly reduce the free radicals that break down nitric oxide. These antioxidants stabilize NO molecules, allowing them to stay active longer and continue signaling your arteries to relax. But pomegranate goes even further. It boosts endothelial nitric oxide synthase, the enzyme your body uses to produce nitric oxide naturally. It reduces inflammation in vessel walls. It prevents LDL oxidation, a major cause of plaque formation. It increases blood flow to the heart by improving artery flexibility. This combination makes pomegranate one of the strongest no-protecting foods available. Dr. Insight. Multiple studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and cardiovascular journals show that pomegranate improves flow-mediated dilation, lowers arterial stiffness, and supports healthier BP levels. In clinical trials, participants who consume pomegranate juice regularly experience better blood flow to the heart and reductions in oxidative stress markers. Cardiologists often highlight pomegranate as a top antioxidant food specifically for endothelial health. Real-world example. Imagine someone who eats well but still struggles with heavy legs, low energy, or occasional high BP readings. Their nitric oxide may simply be breaking down too quickly. After adding a small serving of pomegranate seeds or juice to their daily routine, they start noticing warmer hands, smoother energy, and improved post-meal circulation. Their diet didn't change much. Their nitric oxide just started lasting longer. Midsection curiosity hook. Here's a detail most people miss. Pomegranate's antioxidants are so potent that they can increase nitric oxide activity even if your diet is already low in nitrates. How to apply safely. You don't need large servings, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of pomegranate seeds daily, or 4 to 6 ounces of pure pomegranate juice, no added sugar. Add seeds to salads, yogurt, smoothies, or eat them alone. Combine with leafy greens or beets for a stronger nitric oxide effect. If you're watching sugar intake, prefer whole seeds instead of juice. They offer fiber to balance sugar absorption. Pomegranate protects, extends, and amplifies nitric oxide. It shields your arteries from damage, keeps vessels relaxed, and supports smoother blood flow, making it a powerful addition to any blood pressure-friendly diet. Fatty fish, omega-3s, that increase NO and improve vessel flexibility. You've heard that omega-3s are good for the heart, but here's the part most people don't know. Fatty fish doesn't just reduce inflammation, it actually increases nitric oxide production, helping your arteries open more easily. Nitric oxide works best when your arteries are calm, flexible, and free from inflammation. But chronic stress, poor diet, and everyday wear stiffen vessel walls and reduce nitric oxide responsiveness. This forces the heart to pump harder, raising blood pressure. Omega-3 fats from fatty fish directly counter this process by calming inflammation, improving endothelial function, and helping your vessels respond more strongly to nitric oxide signals. Inside your body, fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, trout, and mackerel contain two powerful omega-3s, EPA and DHA. These fats work through several circulation-friendly pathways. They increase nitric oxide synthesis, allowing vessels to relax more easily. They reduce inflammatory markers that restrict NO activity. They improve endothelial function, enhancing how arteries respond. They soften cell membranes, making blood vessels more elastic. They reduce triglycerides, preventing blood from becoming thick or sluggish. This combination not only lifts nitric oxide, but also improves the overall feel of circulation, smoother, lighter, and more efficient. Dr. Insight. Decades of research from the American Heart Association, Harvard and clinical trials published in the New England Journal of Medicine show that omega-3s enhance endothelial function, support nitric oxide pathways, and reduce arterial stiffness. Doctors frequently recommend fatty fish as a core circulation food because it improves blood vessel responsiveness, something few nutrients can achieve. In one clinical study, participants who consumed fatty fish regularly saw improvements in flow-mediated dilation, a key measure of nitric oxide-related vessel relaxation. Real-world example. Imagine someone who feels tightness in their chest during brisk walks or experiences cold fingers when stressed. These are signs of poor vessel flexibility. After adding salmon twice a week or a small serving of sardines to lunch, they start noticing lighter movement, warmer extremities, and more stable blood pressure readings. Their hearts didn't suddenly grow stronger. Their vessels finally learned to relax. Midsection curiosity hook. Here's the unexpected twist. Omega-3s make nitric oxide more effective, even if you don't eat high nitrate foods daily. How to apply safely. A little goes a long way. 2 servings per week of salmon, mackerel, trout, or sardines. 3 to 4 ounces per serving is enough to support nitric oxide pathways. Choose wild-caught varieties when possible for higher omega-3 levels. If you dislike fish, consider omega-3 fortified eggs, chia seeds, or flax seeds, though plant omega-3s convert less efficiently. If you're on blood thinners, have seafood allergies, or take specific medications, consult your doctor before increasing intake. Fatty fish strengthens your nitric oxide pathway, reduces inflammation, and improves vessel flexibility. Just a few servings a week can noticeably improve circulation and help maintain healthier blood pressure. A one-day nitric oxide boosting meal plan. If you want stronger circulation and healthier blood pressure, timing matters just as much as food choices. Your arteries behave differently in the morning, afternoon, and night, and when you eat certain nitric oxide boosting foods at the right moments, the effect becomes dramatically stronger. This one-day meal plan is designed to keep nitric oxide flowing steadily from sunrise to bedtime, so your vessels stay relaxed, flexible, and protected all day long. Morning kickstart nitric oxide. When your arteries are tightest, when you wake up, your nitric oxide levels are naturally low. Cortisol rises, blood becomes slightly thicker from overnight dehydration, and vessels may tighten. Your goal in the morning is simple. Hydrate, relax the arteries, and spark early NO production. Start with warm lemon water. This provides hydration, a small dose of vitamin C, and a gentle circulatory wake-up. Even 1 tablespoon of lemon juice can help preserve nitric oxide throughout the morning. Next, choose a breakfast built around nitrates and antioxidants. A great option is a spinach and berry smoothie made from spinach, blueberries, beet powder, and water or unsweetened almond milk. The spinach begins converting nitrates into nitric oxide. The berries protect NO from breaking down. Beet powder provides a quick nitric oxide surge. If you prefer a cooked breakfast, try a spinach omelet with garlic sautéed in olive oil. Garlic activates the nitric oxide pathway, making your morning greens even more powerful. This early foundation gives your endothelium what it needs to stay flexible for the rest of the day. Midday, keep nitric oxide high with nitrates, vitamin C, and healthy fats. By midday, your body has dealt with stress, concentration, and mental effort, all of which reduce nitric oxide levels. This is the perfect time to refuel with foods that rebuild and protect NO. For lunch, start with a base of arugula or kale, 2 of the richest nitrate-containing greens. Add heart-healthy toppings like citrus segments, orange or grapefruit for vitamin C, avocado for potassium and vessel relaxation, a handful of pomegranate seeds to shield nitric oxide from oxidative stress, grilled salmon or sardines for omega-3s that boost nitric oxide response. This single bowl integrates almost every major pathway that affects nitric oxide: nitrates, antioxidants, flavonoids, vitamin C, and omega-3 fats. If you prefer something warm, try salmon with sautéed Swiss chard and garlic, topped with lemon juice. Swiss chard provides nitrates, garlic activates NO production, lemon preserves it, and salmon improves endothelial function. Hydrate with plain water or citrus water. Even slight dehydration reduces nitric oxide availability and increases blood viscosity. Afternoon, prevent the drop in nitric oxide that comes with sitting and stress. Most people experience a natural dip in circulation during the afternoon. Hours of sitting or prolonged focus slow blood flow, tighten vessels, and reduce nitric oxide levels. A well-timed no-boosting snack keeps your arteries responsive. Choose one of the following: a cup of berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. A small square of 70 to 85% dark chocolate, pomegranate seeds. Citrus fruits such as an orange or tangerine. These foods offer antioxidants and flavonoids that protect your nitric oxide stores from oxidative damage. A single handful of berries can improve endothelial function for hours. For an extra boost, do 1 to 2 minutes of slow, deep breathing or stand and stretch your legs. Movement increases blood flow, which encourages nitric oxide production. The goal is consistency, preventing nitric oxide from dropping too low during a common stress window. Evening, use powerful food combinations that enhance NO overnight. Dinner is where you set yourself up for overnight vessel repair. Your arteries rebuild, relax, and restore nitric oxide responsiveness while you sleep, but only if you give them the right nutrients. A perfect evening plate includes roasted beets for a stable nitric oxide lift, garlic seasoned vegetables to activate NO pathways, fatty fish, like trout or salmon, to calm inflammation, a squeeze of lemon for vitamin C, a handful of greens such as arugula or spinach. This combination doesn't just create nitric oxide, it protects it, sustains it, and improves how your arteries respond the next day. Try to avoid heavy, salty, or high-sugar meals at night. These cause fluid retention, stiffen vessel walls, and reduce nitric oxide production the following morning. Night, protect nitric oxide while you sleep. Even while you sleep, your body continues producing nitric oxide. The key is to minimize stress signals that interfere with vessel relaxation. Before bed, try warm herbal tea with lemon, light stretching to improve blood flow, slow breathing to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. These habits lower nighttime vessel constriction and support better morning nitric oxide levels. Hydration also prevents your blood from becoming too thick overnight. People with restless legs, tingling feet, or cold extremities often notice improvement simply by incorporating these calming habits. Doctor Insight. Cardiologists emphasize that nitric oxide isn't boosted by one food or one habit. It's supported through a full-day approach. Research shows that combining nitrate-rich vegetables, antioxidants, and omega-3s creates a compounding effect on vessel function. The timing of these nutrients matters. Foods that increase nitric oxide in the morning prepare the endothelium for the day. Antioxidants in the afternoon prevent no breakdown. Evening foods support vessel repair. Together, they create sustained improvements in circulation and blood pressure. A nitric oxide-rich day is simple. Hydrate early, eat greens and citrus often, enjoy berries and dark chocolate strategically, and end the day with beets, garlic, and omega-3s. Small choices, placed at the right times, keep nitric oxide flowing and help your vessels stay open, flexible, and healthy. Conclusion. Improving nitric oxide isn't about complicated routines. It's about giving your blood vessels what they need consistently throughout the day. Foods like beets, arugula, spinach, garlic, citrus, pomegranate, dark chocolate, and fatty fish work together to relax arteries, strengthen the endothelium, and support healthier blood pressure. When you spread these choices across morning, midday, afternoon, and evening, nitric oxide stays active longer, helping circulation stay smooth and your heart work with less strain. Remember, small actions done daily create the biggest changes. Even one extra serving of greens, a squeeze of lemon, or a handful of berries can make a meaningful difference over time. If this video helped you, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it to support more heart-healthy content. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Thanks for watching.